like petty, just like my mama. So look, AJ, let me go ahead and get into this because I talked about this on yesterday.
All right.
And I'm going to talk about it again for the people who missed it. So look, check this out, y'all. All right. So everybody knows that T.O. Terrell Owens, right, got inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. And T.O. has come out and said that he's not going to go to Canton to do a speech, an induction speech. He says, I'm not going. I'd rather just do something else. And so now everybody is up in arms about why T.O. won't go, right? Everybody is up in arms because T.O. says that he's not going. And everybody's like, well, you should be grateful to T.O. You should be grateful. This is a time that, you should be honor your grandmother and all the hard work and dedication that you put into this thing. You should be grateful. No. I'm with you on this, T.O. I don't really know all your reasoning, but the first thing is T.O. should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. First ballot. I've said this before, and I say this again. I said this when he went into the Hall of Fame. I'm going to say it one more time. T.O. should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. Hands down, no question. I can go through the numbers, but you already know them. You already know that the wide receiver that he's going into the Hall of Fame with only has like 3 more touchdowns than he has. T.O. was a very dependable wide receiver. T.O. was a great wide receiver, better than some of the wide receivers that are already in the Hall of Fame. I'll take T.O. over Chris Carter. I'll take T.O. over Lynn Swann. I'll take T.O. over Marvin Harrison. I'll take T.O. over a lot of those wide receivers that are already in the Hall of Fame. So for T.O. to be denied entrance into the Hall of Fame the first time was a travesty. And I'm going to tell you who should be ashamed of himself. Media personality. T.O. should have went into the Hall of Fame on his work on the field alone. His numbers. Yeah, he had a high drops, but he gave a lot of production. So between his catches and his yards and his touchdowns, that's what gets you into the Hall of Fame, not your relationship with the media. So now you got the media who doesn't like T.O., and they do the voting, which, by the way, when are we going to get rid of that antiquated system? It is time to get rid of that antiquated system where the media are the voters. Are you telling me that we don't have other NFL personnel that's watching this? We don't have former NFL players who are watching these young players play to have a vote? He's being judged by a lot of non-athletic guys. A bunch of guys who was in the band, and they ain't got nothing against the band, but you're in the band because you couldn't play football, and now you're taking it out on T.O. because he don't want to answer your questions. I don't understand that. Non-athletic guys who write stories and tweet and Instagram. And they say, well, T.O., if you don't like me, then guess what? I'm going to affect you going into the Hall of Fame. So I am with T.O. by not going in, by not saying going to the induction. You didn't already voted him in. You got to put his bust up there. So what? T.O. should be in. I don't expect to speak. I seen what T.O. did. I watched T.O. play throughout his years. That was good enough for me. He should have been in the Hall of Fame. That was great for me. I don't need him to say what I need to hear him say. Let me tell you all something. How many people you think actually listen to those NFL Hall of Fame speeches anyway?
Not too many. Unless you're being controversial in it, then they'll listen.
832-230-5592. Call in and tell me the last great NFL speech that you watched. Or that you heard. Tell me one of your most memorable lines from one of the NFL Hall of Fame speeches. Tell me. I don't care I'm not going to watch this one. On last year, I got a chance to be on a phone conversation, phone interview with all the inductees. I even talked. I didn't talk. I listened to Jerry Jones talk for 30 minutes. This man can talk. He got asked 3 questions. It took him 30 minutes, and then he was done. Talk forever. But I got a chance to talk to LaDainian Tomlinson. I got a chance to talk to Terrell Davis, excuse me. I got a chance to talk to Jason, oh my God, Taylor. I listened to these guys. That was great enough for me. When I can ask LaDainian Tomlinson, and I have the recording if for those of y'all don't believe me. When I get to ask LaDainian Tomlinson, what is it like for a kid from Waco, Texas to be going to the Hall of Fame, being that I was born in Waco and raised in Houston, but I was like, that's big for the city of Waco. And I asked him, who influenced you to play the game of football? And what are you doing to give back to the kids to show them an example of how they can be in the Hall of Fame as well? And he answered the question. That was good enough for me. I didn't need to watch his Hall of Fame speech. I'm great. I'm good with that. So what do I need to hear T.O. speak for? I've heard T.O. speak. I know what he's like. Listen, I feel like I'm just as much as a butthole as T.O. is sometimes myself. T.O. knew that these people in the media was trying to set him up. And truth be told, let me tell you all a little something on that you all may not know. On the back end, they love T.O. for that type of stuff. That's what gets the likes, and that's what gets the retweets, and that's what gets the shares. They like when athletes act like that. They like when T.O. go off like that and say this, that, and the other. They like what Malcolm Butler did yesterday. Was it Malcolm? Not Malcolm Butler. Malcolm Jenkins did yesterday. Because he put out a positive message, but they don't care nothing about that because they like controversy. T.O. brought controversy, and that's what they like. They like that type of stuff. So, yes, they kept T.O. out because they didn't like him personally, but they loved interviewing him. If they didn't, let me tell you something. Y'all are some smart people. I got some smart listeners. You're smart. If T.O. was so bad for football, and if T.O. was such a bad teammate, then why did all the teams want him, one? And two, how come every time he had a press conference, everybody showed up?
Everybody and their granddaddy showed up.
T.O. was doing sit-ups in his driveway, and his whole driveway was packed. But yet, they don't like him. So if you don't like him, I don't go to things I don't like.
It's one of those hate-to-love type of relationships.
And guess what it does? It sells. Mm-hmm. That they need T.O. They need that type of stuff from T.O. so they can keep it going. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's why they're always around Dez Bryant, because they need that type of stuff. Because at any given moment, they get a hot take, bam, they off. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the same people that kept him out were the same people that needed him. Because I'm not going to lie, without the athletes, there is no need for the media.
Mm-hmm. It's not.